be just testing dead and useless projects like compiz, 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 compiz. Well, I guess it's my life now. Hello to everybody that watch or listen. My name is Amir from ASDDDOSA, and because nobody sent his projects to me to test, and software isn't meant to work anyway, this week I'm trying to test compiz. This made mainly by David Revenman, Sam Pillsbury, Danny Bauman, Dennis Kasparlik, Daniel Van Gut. Sorry for butchering your names. And others for Linux and other Unix-like operating systems to easily animate the desktop environment and make cool effects, but it has been forked to oblivion and back, so no one knows if it still worked on or not, and it seems that most of them thinks it's dead long time ago. But Wikipedia said there is a fork maintained at least till 2019, so what gives? The way you do it is by using a part of OpenGL and some parts of X Windows system, and it controlled by technically every interface you want, but the one I know for years is the project's made compiz config, so I mainly would use that. So a couple of days ago I tried to find an active fork to install. That was easy because it was under the WikiRT. Oh, it's mostly 4 months old and even older. Is there other fork I can use? Oh, there is one, but it seems the last available install was last year too. Wait a minute, where's the Git? I want the newest files. It seems I have come to a branch, but I can't see the files. Wait, it's not a canonical fork? Oh no, that's the canonical fork! Well, from my short search, it seems there are left only 2, and I looked at both, so I will choose the first one I found, called Compiz Reloaded. Not because canonical, but because it seems more transparent and flexible to use. So next day I put a virtual machine I made in the day before with Debian installed, and all of it, not include the search, was bad. First I installed Debian with Cinnamon Desktop, and that was a big mistake in my part, cause apparently the window manager between the Windows system and the desktop, named Muffin, unlike the one in ASDDDDOSA movie, don't want to die for the greater good and stop anything above it from working when I try to replace it with compiz. So, because I didn't want to destroy my installation accidentally, I decided to install Debian all over again, but with desktop environment called Mate. That I knew it will probably work cause it had an option to integrate it from the config. And after a lot of time installing the last version of compiz packs available to it from the seed server, that was also the last official release of the Git repository, and tweaking a lot of things in the config, I clicked on the compiz icon and start to test. But because I didn't find a lot of time between the research and it was almost 2 months after my last QA session, I only found 2 harmless and easy to spot bugs they maybe can caused by other factors. The first one I called the disappearing edge of the wrapping window. It happened when I stretched a window to the other side till it should be almost wrapping around the cube and see the 2 sides of the window in the other side of the same desktop. But instead I see only one of them. The second one I called blackout background. When you press the icon of compiz, you see a menu with the option to reload compiz. If you press it, the background disappears until you configure it again. Unfortunately, I didn't find the specific site you can document in the bugs of the whole project, so maybe I needed to search it further, put it in the place with the most bugs documented, or at least I should place it somewhere in the internet so the reloaded team could see what happened. In short, I would give compiz the rank of usable. Yeah, it could work, but it's too hard to do. If you have other window manager installed, every time you start your computer and want to get some effects to your desktop, you need to click the icon. That's not installed by default when you install all the other things for it. It could take you at least half a day until you get something resemble the pictures and videos about it, and it seems a lot more until you get your own custom desktop of your dreams, especially because the config UI. I don't want to sound like a product manager, but I believe this project, at least as a concept, could have been the most installed program on personal Linux systems, and even came baked in some distros if it were getting more support from desktop environments and the community. Heck, maybe with some open source gaming companies like Valve or AMD could change its state by bringing their talent and tech to revamp or even restart this project. Imagine how a gamer with a mid-range computer and no budget for a Windows license do if this project was in a better shape. I think he probably would customize the cheese out of it and show it to the world. All the streamers will show their desktop and maybe bind them to the stream donations and just to flex on others by rendering realistic BMW and a game character moving and spinning around on a randomly generated moving terrain in the background while running an all-new high resources AAA full screen into 144 frames per second and to desktop with a browser on the sides on a 32K stream resolution from 64K curved main monitor and another 8K monitor above just to video call his friends at the same time without losing internet connection. Well, autistic guy here can only dream. So this was my attempt to test compiz by a bunch of people. Links to me and my resources in the description below. Engage as you please on this video and help this project. Remember, if you want me to try testing your projects, you just need to email me what it needs to do in short and a way to install it. The other stuff I said in the introduction video that you can send and could help me testing was a bonus. Hopefully everything will be done again next week or so, but until then, good luck in everything good you will do. Bye.